The 5 recollections. So place yourself in a comfortable posture, free from discomfort and at ease. And make the intention that for the next 15 to 20 minutes, you will reflect on the 5 recollections in order to awaken equanimity and the quality of deep acceptance. The 5 recollections are ways for us to become friends with the resistances to and fears of growing old, becoming ill, being abandoned, and dying. They are ways for us to understand that actions have consequences. The 5 recollections are ways for us to release the grip on things that change and to appreciate the mystery, peace, spaciousness, and freedom of being present. So relax and settle into this present moment without resistance or tension, and be aware, be present. Be open to sensory physical experiences such as sounds, smells, tastes, sights, and physical sensations. Also be open to and carefree about mental experiences such as thoughts, feelings, and states of mind as they arise in this moment. And be aware that all things change, accept the truth of change, and that which is awake. The first recollection is that I am of the nature to age. I've not got beyond aging. Because all things change, it is natural that I will age. Reflect to yourself. It is natural that I will age. Taking refuge in the truth of change and being awake, I can be at peace with aging. Just as a flower buds, blooms, and eventually withers away, we grow through youth, mature through our life, and eventually grow old. Aging is a natural part of life. As we age, our bodies become wrinkly, less energetic than when we are young. As we grow old, our senses, such as seeing and hearing, may grow weaker. And for most of us, our memories may begin to have gaps and fade. We need not be ashamed of growing old. All beings are subject to aging. Even though the body grows old, our mind can be fresh and new moment to moment, and supported by the wisdom about the way things are. Taking refuge in the awareness of the truth of change, we can be at peace with aging. It is natural for me to grow old, and if I have a complete life, this truth is unavoidable. I am of the nature to experience illness. I've not got beyond illness. The second recollection is that it is natural to experience illness. It is possible that we can prevent and heal many sicknesses with healthy lifestyles and healthy mental attitudes. It is also possible that we can enjoy health and vitality as we engage fully with life. Sometimes, however, illness, aches, pain, and physical strain are simply not preventable. Sometimes accidents occur and our bodies are harmed. Because our bodies are subject to change, they are also vulnerable to damage and illness. This is a truth of life. Because all beings have changing bodies in a changing world, all beings are also subject to the possibility of experiencing ill health. We are all equal in that all beings cannot escape the truth of their vulnerability to illness and mishap. Taking refuge in this truth, it is possible to be at peace with illness and disease. Illness is a natural part of having a body. It is normal and natural for illness to occur. Reflect yourself. I am of the nature to die. I have not got beyond death. It is natural that one day I will die. Death is an inevitable truth of life. Everything comes and goes. Moments of experience arise and pass away. Everything that arises must also pass away. Just as a leaf shoots from a plant, ages, drops away, decays into the ground and changes to something else. The life cycle of all living beings passes through stages that ultimately culminate in death. All living beings must one day or other die. This we can be certain of. We cannot be certain of when or how we will die, but it is certain that one day we will eventually die. Accepting that death is a natural and unavoidable fact of living. Reflect to yourself, I can be at peace with change. Taking refuge in the truth of change and the quality of awakening, I can be at peace with death. It is natural for me to die. Death is an inescapable reality of living. All that is mine, beloved and pleasing, shall one day be parted from me, shall one day vanish. All my possessions and everyone that I love will be parted from me one day. As all things change, everything I own will eventually disappear and vanish. I will die one day, and I cannot take any of my possessions with me. One day I must be parted from my house, my car, the places I love, my job, my computer, everything. Knowing that I cannot own anything, I can enjoy and appreciate the use and contact with the things, yet be free from clinging to these things. All those beings that are dear to me, even my dearest friends and relatives, companions, will also change and eventually be parted from me. Reflecting on this truth, I can appreciate my friends, family and loved ones and truly love and connect with them without grasping or clinging. Reflecting on the truth of change, I can abide in the peace and joy of loving kindness, gratitude and appreciation of all things. Reflecting on the truth of change, I can also enjoy the connections with my loved ones here and now. Knowing the nature of interconnection, I can feel deeply secure with this truth. With contentment and freedom of heart, reflect. All that is mine, beloved and pleasing, shall one day be parted from me, shall one day vanish. I am the owner of my actions, heir to my actions, born of my actions, related to my actions, abide supported by my actions. Whatever actions I shall do, of those actions I shall be the heir. All beings are the owners of their actions, born of their actions, related to their actions, abide supported by their actions. Whatever actions they shall do, of those actions they shall be the heirs. Actions have consequences. Actions are our only true belongings. Much of my experience now is dependent on actions I have done previously. Much of how I experience the world in the future is dependent on my actions here now. The way I am day to day is largely the result of my actions, of actions I have done in the past. Whatever actions I shall do now, I will inherit the results of those actions in the future. My actions of body, speech and mind are the basis and the ground on which I stand. Knowing the relationship between actions and consequences, I can accept each and every individual must be responsible for their own thoughts, feelings and behaviours. Knowing the relationship between actions and consequences, I realize that other people, other beings, will not change depending on my wishes, and they must heal and change themselves. Knowing these truths, I can abide with deep acceptance of the way things are. Using the 5 recollections, I can be at peace with change and feel content with taking refuge in the truth and being awake to the truth. With a peaceful heart, reflect. All beings are the owners of their actions, born of their actions, related to their actions, abide supported by their actions. Whatever actions they shall do, of those actions, they will be the heirs.